Listen up, people. As a flat earther myself, I've heard many people ask, how can the sun set on a flat earth? Frankly, the common answer they receive from flat earthers is rather too simple to allow for complete understanding. So please allow me to expand your knowledge so that you can explain it to others. Once you get it, you're going to see the beauty of its simplicity. Many flat earthers claim the horizon is the limit of perspective, that things converge at the horizon, and they are only partially correct. Most things we see are 3D. They have 3 dimensions, those being height, width, and depth. While they are all of equal importance, they do not operate the same. Hold a cube up to your eye and identify all 3 of those dimensions. Notice the height and width are straight and perpendicular to each other, but not depth. It is at an angle. This is called optically rising. Now you know the bottom of that cube is flat in reality, but you don't perceive it that way. Your brain interprets the incident angle of the reflected light received by your eye and perceives it as optically rising depth. This effect has a limit according to distance. In science, it is known as the Rayleigh criterion, which is the diffraction limit, but really what it is the limit of your depth perspective. We call it the horizon, which is right as always at your eye height unless refracted down by glass, as would be in the case in a camera since they all use glass lenses. See my video entitled The Depth Leveling Fallacy if you want to know more about this. Some say eye level, but technically it is eye height, as some fail to realize we don't measure level alone depth, and we should strive for using language that discourages others to use an open interpretation. As the distance to this angle approaches 0, your vision is unable to distinguish the depth due to acuteness, or it's just too small. Get it? This limit is actually all around you in a sphere. It only appears as a hard line we call the horizon because the ground is not opaque or see-through while the sky is. If you don't believe me, try to watch an airplane that is already 5 miles up in the sky cross that same sky. Now try to distinguish its depth. You can, not because it's not there. You just can't perceive it. The same goes for stars in the sky. This is why they are only referred to in 2 dimensions, those being right ascension and declination, or length and width, also known as longitude and latitude, but never depth. The sun is also the same. It is never perceived in 3 dimensions. Never, 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 ever. This is why the sun never changes size when it crosses the sky. Not understanding that the sun is always beyond your ability to perceive its depth, which is the common tool for perceiving how far something is away. This is why some people are guilty of thinking it should. The fact is it shouldn't. Now with this understanding, we can begin to look at why the sun sets. It crosses the sky due to sinking and raising both optically and apparently. But the reason it sets is because the hard limit for our depth perspective, known as the horizon, occludes the background. Yes, the horizon may be where the sky appears to converge with the ground, but actually it's going behind it, not because it's the top of the physical earth, but because it's the optical limit to our perception of depth. People are never taught this basic truth, not because it's too hard for them to grasp the concept, but because the mere implication that this understanding leads to is considered profound. And it's simply easier for them to believe it's a physical thing when it's not. It's just optical occultation. With that deeper understanding, I hope your journey into truth provides a greater transition and peace with how reality works. And as always, keep it flat, homies.